I started this container and the window box a week ago now, and I thought they were kind of finished, but they were falling really flat to me. So I ended up ordering 50 stems of eucalyptus. Hang on, I'll grab it so you can see it. It's just what I think of as typical eucalyptus. This was labeled as baby something eucalyptus. There's all kinds of different eucalyptus, and I've used many of them, including the seeded eucalyptus, which is beautiful, in winter containers before. I find that this one performs the best outside for the longest. They all kind of dry up, but this one dries well, so it does well in the containers for the long haul. I would have and should have gotten some magnolia. That tends to take a little bit to come. So this I could get in 2 days. So that's honestly why I ended up with this. And then I also got some more faux berries. When I pulled out my faux berries, particularly the red ones, ooh, they were in rough shape. I've had some of those for, gosh, I don't know, 8 years, 5 years, 8 years, something, you know, so they were looking pretty rough. So I got some new waterproof berries for this container, and I'm much happier with it. And then I also got some berries and some eucalyptus for the window box. So let me show you up close what those two are looking like, and then I'll walk you through sort of how they came together before I show you the very exciting addition to the holiday and then eventually garden decor. So if you've seen me put together winter containers before, this will look semi-familiar. The structure of these containers and what I do in them doesn't change a lot from year to year. It's the details that I play around with. So this pot has for many years now started with this globe obelisk on the top. I picked this up locally at a garden center, but you can find something similar online. What I like about it is that it folds completely flat, so it's really easy to store when I'm not using it. I do think this kind of shape of urn looks really good with that in it. What I did this year, I always like to incorporate branches. This year I took some of this I think this is Golden Curls actually, Golden Curls willow. And instead of just having it come out at angles, I actually tried to sort of wrap it around the actual obelisk to kind of follow the arms of that. If I had had a lot more of that, it would have been cool to fully cover those actually. Branches are pretty expensive. Sometimes I'm able to save them from year to year, but you kind of need fresh ones in order to have them be pliable enough to sort of wrap them around things. Anyway, so it ends up with this kind of crazy hairdo on the top, which I'm totally okay with. This container has always been a problem for me with lights. At one point we did run an outlet into this garden, but it's not been working right. It keeps tripping every year, so that's generally a bad sign. So this year I want solar lights in this container, and in the center, the white orb you see right here, that is the solar sphere from HoseLink, and you can change the colors on it. The solar panels are actually in the light itself, so you don't have to have a separate solar panel for it. I don't know if it's not soaking up as much light because it's kind of in there. It doesn't last for a long time at night. It only goes as long as it goes, and it's not very long. So I thought that was going to be a little bit brighter, but I did add in a set of clear lights here, which are solar lights. Those are also from HoseLink. Those are, I think they call those the patio lights. They're like, you know, those string lights that you can kind of put over your patio. And I do have a solar panel for those, and that's out on the back. I just have it sticking in the bush there. Those work great, actually. Then we've just done a variety of greens in here. Some of my big pine cones, which I use every year. Some of them I have glued a stick into them, so you can really stick them in there, which is helpful. You drill a little hole in there, and then you glue. I actually just do kind of thicker bamboo skewers. And that's where I had stopped. Like I said, everything was feeling kind of flat to me. So that's when I came in and I added in this eucalyptus and then these faux berries. And I don't really have enough of these faux berries to go all the way around, which is fine. I'm just doing it kind of from the angle that we view it from the most, which is fine. And I actually think this is like a big time improvement. If you have seen these videos before, you will recognize the main feature in here, which is this ring that's in the back. So this ring is actually just a steel ring that we had made by a local welder gosh, a long time ago when we made our fire pit. We had a fire pit ring made and we had to make a few extra rings, and that's that. And this was 100% inspired by Deborah Silver, who's been using a ring in planters for a long time. She's a container designer in Detroit, well, a garden designer, excuse me, in Detroit. And she also sells a really nice version of them. It's a very thin ring, preset with lights with stakes. And that was not in my budget, so I sort of improvised and came up with this. I wrap it in lights. The lights are really important. They are the Lumineo cluster lights in warm white. I just use wire ties to hold those on there, and you can't see them, especially because this is not viewed up close. So one of the things I always like to do with containers is I like to make sure that they get this inner glow thing. And so this is a tip I've shared before. I just take an old string of lights and I just jam it in the back there. This window box is actually mounted quite a bit below the window, probably a good 10 inches or so below the window. And that's because I wanted to be able to see out the windows and fill up a window box. And since this window box is full planted with something most of the year, you don't really notice it because you can't ever see that. So we store the Christmas lights on those, oh, they're just little plastic holders, kind of like hangers almost. You just wrap them around there. I didn't even take them off of that. I just stuck the whole thing back there so that you get this really nice lit from within look, which looks good. I did put in some blueberries. I do like the blue. I know it's not the most holiday thing, but I think it's pretty. We've got fantail willow in there. And then just today I added in the white berries and the eucalyptus, which again, because it was feeling a little flat, I think the eucalyptus in particular is helping it. And then for lights, in addition to, so we've got the cluster lights on top, we've got the old string of lights kind of tucked in the back, and then these are also Lumineo lights. These are their cherry lights. Now, I can't seem to find those. I don't know if they're not made anymore, but I went looking for them and I could not find them. So this is one that I really like. We enjoy this one actually more from inside than we do outside, but I always enjoy having that lit up. But let's get to the exciting new addition to both the holiday decor and my garden, because this will live on in the garden past just winter. And I'll just say that, as you may know, I have tried other structures, particularly in this specific pot by the front door before, and they have almost killed me. So I was quite happy when this one did not make any sort of homicide attempts, because it is beautiful and I love it, and here it is. So yeah, I have a thing for rings when it comes to winter outdoor decorating. I don't know what it is, I just really like them, and because I have the one, it always makes sense to me that we carry that theme through. And so look at this gorgeousness right here. So this is from Quartz and Decor in New Jersey, and they have all sort of Corten steel sculptures and fire pits and water bowls, way better than actually the one that I have. I wish I would have known about them before I bought that one, but anyway, this is one of their triple ring structures. I'll put a link to it below for you. And what's cool about it is that it comes so that you can either bolt it to something, because it has big bolts coming out of it, or it comes with these stakes, which you kind of probably saw as we were putting it in, which means it can obviously go within the garden, or you could put it on some sort of solid structure as well. And those stakes just screw right on there. So I wanted to light this as well, because we really want the lights to match, right? So I had to, because these are all attached, I had to figure out some way to get the lights around them. And I am so excited about the way I came up with getting these lights to stay on here. I didn't want to use, because this is quite wide, these are quite wide, they're that thick. I didn't want to do the wire ties like I have on the other one, because I thought you'd really see that quite a bit. I started playing around with the idea of clips, but I didn't know how I'd keep the clips on there. And then I remembered these. This little thing right here. This is one of the silicone magnet cable ties that I have been using for the past few years to hold on my vines onto trellises and stuff. And I love these things. I buy them in bulk. I have them all over the place, and thank goodness I do, because Of course, this is steel, so it's magnetic. So what I did was I just wrapped these around here and just magneted them all the way around to hold on the lights. And why I haven't been doing that on that other ring, I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do from now on because it's so much better and so much easier. And I'm just thrilled with how it actually turned out. This is the same set of lights that's on the ring over there, the Luminia cluster lights. I did have to, as you saw, I did have to thaw out the soil before we could get this in here because it was frozen solid. I'm going to add a little bit more soil to this, and then we're going to add in the rest of we're going to zhuzh this up the rest of the way. I think I should stop. I wanted to make sure to reuse the elements from the other two containers that I've showed you. There's other containers around here that are filled with other random things. But I always think of these three as sort of the main three, so I feel like they should have some cohesion, especially since we're repeating elements in the front here with the rings.